Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Daily Market Report brought to you by Mike Bjork. Today is Thursday, April 11th. Hope everything is going well for you guys. Today we do got a couple economic news. We'll start with the weekly jobless claims. So last week we had a pretty low number that popped in at 204,000. Forecast again, like every week, we keep thinking it's going to go up a little bit to, like, in this case, 210,000. It actually dropped 196,000. So far, we broke the 200,000 barrier on the weekly jobs claims. This is the best number we've had in 50 years. So jobs continue to get better again. We had a little bit of a lull there, but it looks like things are kind of hitting stride again. So this is kind of amazing to see and see how much this continues. So that might make the Fed rethink. So it will be interesting to see how investors in the Fed, um, uh, if they alter their thinking or not about where things are going. Also got the PPI here, the Producer Price Index. This is a inflationary gauge for the wholesale side of things. So in February, it only went up 0.1%. Forecast for March called for 0.3% and it well exceeded that, up to 0.6%. However, yeah, and I'm sorry, so the year over year went from, I'm sorry, I took a little note here. Year over year went up from 1.9 to 2.2 here. The core, unfortunately, I don't really have this on here. The core PPI, when you strip out food and energy, basically was flat. So there's no change from the previous month, and that dropped from 2.3 down to 2%, for year over year as well. So now the wholesale and inflationary side, we kind of look at it, but it's not held as a high importance, primarily because even though costs may go up on the wholesale, they don't always push that on to the consumer. So sometimes they'll eat those costs and have shorter margins, and the consumer doesn't really have it. So we're usually put more weight emphasis if it affects the consumer here. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the headline news. The stocks market, it's a little mixed today. Yesterday was the Dow that was down. Today happens to be Nasdaq that's down. So Dow and S&P are both up, while Nasdaq's down today. Now, the stock market is getting kind of ready. They're waiting for a catalyst to kind of give it a boost one way or the other. And because tomorrow is the first day of the first quarter earnings reports, so they're going to be looking at earnings reports starting on tomorrow when we get some of the large banks giving their earnings, and they want to give their forecast for the year. So they want to listen to what they project and see the health of the economy. Another announcement came out was Brexit. They extended they extended the Brexit. The EU allowed them to extend down to October 31st. So they did extend it a ways out, but not, I heard some news out there, maybe another year or two. So this put it another few months down the road here. So basically kicking the can down the road a few months. So we'll have to see if they can get something in order in that time period or not. There's also some more announcements that came out that another major hurdle was the enforcement side of things in the negotiations, and it looks like they have come to an agreement on that, on the U.S.-China trade agreement. So we're getting closer and closer to getting this completed. So hopefully this will be wrapped up here very soon, and then have a summit between the two presidents. So we've been kind of hearing about this for quite some time, and it's been kind of dragged out. So we're down to the very nitty-gritty details, and of course those are sometimes the sticking points. And each country is going to have some type of concession. They have to realize what are they willing to concede, I guess, in negotiations. So let's kind of move this along here, see what's going on with the bond market. Bond market is down 8 basis points. So it's not quite enough to have a price change, because yesterday we were up 11 basis points. We're kind of back to where we were on Tuesday's prices. So we're not really any different from when we left off on Tuesday's pricing. So again, mortgage rates remain unchanged, even though we're down 8 basis points. And as you can see here, yields crept up to almost 2.5 right now, and that's what's kind of creating the pressure on mortgage-backed securities as a result. All right, folks, that gives us a wrap. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.